Okay, so I'm just going to make a brief video to sort of explain why I've bought an APS-C camera over a full frame and why specifically I've gone for Sony. It's a big investment into a camera system regardless of who you go for. There's no cheap options out there, I don't think. Sony, when it comes to APS-C, isn't cheap, but you've got a cheaper lens system out there. You've got the likes of Sigma and Viltrox that are making very good lenses for these cameras now. A bit of a history. I've had full frame, I've had crop sensor cameras. I had a Fuji X20 or whatever it would have been called, X20. That was my first sort of exploration into mirrorless. From there I had an XH1, then I thought I had to have a full frame camera. You know, it's the only way to be serious is to have a full frame camera. Sony were the best at the time, and I got the Sony A7, then moved on to the A7 II, bought a load of lenses and a load of equipment, and then sort of fell out of love with it. And then my daughter was born, and I thought I need something to capture family events, you know. So we bought a Panasonic G80, which is a good camera. I don't really know why I sold that. Again, I think I fall in and out of love with hobbies because I take the fun out of it sometimes. I get too serious, which we're probably all a bit guilty of now and then. Then it was back to Fujifilm with a X100. I rented one for a weekend and loved it, so I went and bought one of them in the end before the hype, before they were hard to get hold of. Sold that, bought an X100 6. That was a great camera. It didn't set me on fire like the V did, or like the 5 did. Sold that, thought I won't get another camera, and now I've ended up with a A6700. So far, no regrets. This is only my opinion, this video, so other people will have other needs from their camera equipment. Mine, I'll go through my thoughts now, okay? But number one is I only want a camera to document my daily life, the things I do with my family and friends. Car shows, I love car shows. Holidays, we've got a big family holiday coming up in December. We're going to Canada for 2 weeks. I'd hate to only take my phone and think, I wish I had a camera. But I enjoy the hobby. I enjoy photography. I enjoy taking videos. I enjoy sharing them. Don't have a big social media following, you know, but I get to share what I enjoy. I'm not a professional. The second thing is the size and the weight. I just need a travel system. I don't need something that weighs a ton. The A7 Mark IV was a consideration, but when you start looking at the weight of that, the weight of full frame glass, the cost is a very big consideration with these lenses as well. I can't justify it. Like the holiday to Canada's costing a fortune. I can't then spend that again on a camera and some lenses. My wife will divorce me. She's understanding, but she's not that understanding. I'll go through some weights and stuff in a minute. I'll probably chuck them up on the screen. But for a day out, you just want to take a sling, don't you? You don't want a backpack with, I don't know, 4 kilos worth of lens and camera, plus your daughter's water bowl, coats, snacks. You don't want that. Or I don't want that. You could be different. And the reason, some people feel like they have to look professional. Again, I've said I am not doing this to be professional. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I don't need to have a full frame camera and full frame glass hanging around my neck to make myself feel better. I mean, have you seen the level of quality of the productions that people are putting on YouTube now, made with a 6700? You don't need full frame. Not for YouTube, not for social media. I very much doubt you tell the difference with two video shots side by side by professionals, professionally edited. I don't think there's going to be much in it. From a photography side of things as well, I mean, I've got a Viltrox, what is it, a Viltrox 35mm. This thing, 35mm, 1.7. Can't focus on it, but what an incredible lens. You want good depth of field, good bokeh or bokeh, whatever people want to call it. That lens is good. Again, no need for the Sony equivalent. Cost, again, is the lenses, isn't it? The camera's probably about £1,000-ish in the price. Could be less. There are deals on. I've got £200 cash back on the A6700, which makes it about £1,300 for the camera. So I can't moan at that. Lenses, you got the likes of Sigma, Viltrox, Samyang, Suri, I think I've seen. They're autofocus lenses, and they are good autofocus lenses. This Viltrox that I've been using, the autofocus is ridiculous. Even at night time, we went out last night walking through Old Lee, snaps to the eye every time, no hesitation. So, you know, cheap lens, £160. Got no issues with that at all. Have a look on YouTube at some reviews. Don't just take my word for it, obviously. Why the A6700 in particular? Obviously, there's a lot of cameras out there. I like Sony. Sony have got even better over the last couple of years. Their colours are different now. I struggled editing Sony files before. I thought it was really easy to push it too far and to make everything look a bit too polished. I think that's changed. You haven't got the Fuji colours, fine, whatever. If you want Fuji colours, buy a Fuji, you know? It's a good system. The 6700 is just a great hybrid camera. 4K 120, okay, it's cropped, fine. 4K 60, perfect. I'm filming now, 4K. The AI autofocus is the best I've ever seen on anything. Low light performance is absolutely fine. Again, we went out last night, it was pitch black where we were, and the photos are incredible. I'll put some up on the screen. Bear in mind, I'm not a professional, so don't start judging. It's like a cheat code for anyone that wants to start YouTube as well. The video is easy to do. I mean, I've flipped the screen round, I've pressed record, I'm talking to you now. That's it. It doesn't get any easier than that, does it? I'll tell you what else. I've also got this, which obviously, because everyone in the world's got this, is the Osmo Pocket 3. If you have the Osmo and you have the A6700, you've got no excuse. The quality you can get out of these together, I mean, spend some time learning your craft, learn to edit, learn to colour grade if you have to, but you can get some decent stuff. Use Canva, use CapCut. You don't need to learn DaVinci and whatever Adobe is, or Final Cut. You don't need to worry about them. There's stuff out there that can help you. YouTube is full of amazing resources. Anyway, I'm going to get off of it now because I think I'm just rambling. Might do another video if this goes well. If not, never mind. Oh, let's switch to the DJI. I'll switch to the DJI now, and I'll show you what the camera looks like with the Viltrox lens and the 18-105, because in reality they're the two lenses I'm going to walk around with. And since I've got a bit more money, I'll get the Sigma 18-50, might get the Viltrox 75-1.2, and I might get the Viltrox 27 1.2, maybe. I'm going to the photography show in March. If there's some good deals, I'll have a look. I also need a sling, so if anyone can recommend a good sling, let me know. Don't mind a backpack, but I don't want anything too heavy, so if you can think of anything, let me know. Ah, hang on, I was going to switch, wasn't I? I'll switch over. Okay, we're on the DJI, and let me chuck you on a tripod. Let me tip me down. My awful setup. Anyway, this A6700. You got that flippy screen, which is perfect. You know, you're vlogging, you're recording yourself for YouTube. That's it. That's all you need. The lens is the 18-105. It's okay. It's quite heavy. It's a heavy lens, but the camera isn't. It does balance up quite well. Internal zoom on this as well, which helps. So yeah, this is a good walk around all day. You can get 90% of your shots with this, you know. But with the Viltrox weighs nothing. Look at that. Take that off. Now that is a lightweight setup. Again, I don't think the 27mm lens is much bigger than this in size. I think this could be enough for most people. At the very least, it's a great starter setup. Anyway, enough of my terrible YouTube setup. I forgot to say, I've still got an A6400 as well, which my dad uses most of the time. This still makes some bloody great images. Video, probably not great, not really up to today's standards, but it's brilliant. The grip isn't as good. I mean, you can tell where they've improved through the generations, you know. You see that? You can really see where it's got better. And I think props to Sony for that. The other thing is, the size is similar-ish. Actually, no, it's not. Let's be honest. The size isn't similar, but who cares? You get the idea. Both great cameras, but Sony have definitely come a long way. This really reminds me more of the A7 series with the ergonomics. Okay, you haven't got the joystick, but you get the idea.